Konnichiwa, my new start, I guess. Better than saying well. It's the start of a new segment on this, and let me show you a couple things. Years ago I bought a bunch of these things, these plastic things, and I've got these things. These things are getting close to 50 years old now. I mean, I've had these things forever when I was just married back in the early 70s. But these plastic ones, you come out, I came out just now, and it was like, wait a minute, what happened? And the end breaks off. They just fail right along in here. So at least I can still grab something in through here, but it's just, you know, some of those plastic things last and some of them don't, you know. So nothing like good old metal clamps to last forever. So let's get back down here, and what I have to do is go sand down now that we've got this fillet material here is cured, and we'll sand all this down and then get my rasp out and round these things over so it will take the fiberglass. And then I got some tape I got to put in on the sides here to mark the delineation. Mark the edge of where the glass cloth, because I want to put the glass cloth down and then put fillets over the top of the glass cloth. So let me go ahead and go out and sand. I mean, you don't need to see them. Probably get out my little Milwaukee and my rasp on this. I may show you a little bit of also on rasping. This is the last side that I haven't done yet, so. Do a little vertical along here to get it flush with the edge underneath. And I got my my gloves on. This thing can be wicked if you slip. The big teeth here really old. Give you a big bite, and then just come along and I got my other finish up. This guy. So I'll finish the rest of this off the camera, but that's basically it. You want to get this flush back in a little bit more. I got to come in here, but round it over so the glass will roll over, and then I'll take, once I get my sander out, then I'll roll it over the edge for a final smoothing. Just finished up sanding and vacuuming everything up, so I got these all rounded down on both sides. So now I'm going ahead, I'm going to go get some glass cloth. I want to also see if I I don't even know if I have enough 2-inch tape left over. I was getting pretty low on the roll when I was doing all this other stuff, so let me go check that out and see if I have cloth or tape. Well, I've got a piece of leftover glass. I don't know which hole this came off of. And I've got it stretched out across from side to side and over to the other side too. So I'm going to go ahead and trim it down till I got at least a 1-inch overlap, maybe a little bit farther on each side. And I'll trim that off, and then we'll come back. I'll probably let this set overnight before I do anything with it. I got out my, when you go to the dollar stores, they'll have these like 2 packs of scissors. Use one for roughing, get epoxy and stuff that on, but always keep one around, a clean one, that you just use to cut clean cloth, and so you don't have any gump or anything sticking and snag on it. But now it's time to get out our, I got this set at 1 inch. So that'll be That'll be mainly where I'm going to put the tape line at. Let me do the other side and we'll come back when I put the tape on. Yeah, I'll go ahead and stick tape on here. I'll start out with a little bit just to get the corner going here. And I can do a little bit right in here. Yeah. Get that corner. Oh. You know, we'll work along our line here. And we'll cut the glass on that line. That makes it so much easier to deal with the edge of the tape when we've got that tape line there. Let me do the other side. On these corners here, I cut a little dart. So I'll cut along the blue line up in here and then straight this edge, because there's already glass tape underneath it. And then this will get wetted out down to here. So I'm going to let that set overnight now. I've got it smoothed out, but I'll let it relax and take on a set tonight. Quit touching it. Okay, we'll come back tomorrow and wet it out. The glass cloth is set overnight. And you can see how the weight of the cloth here is already kind of molded it to the curl. So now let me mix up some epoxy and we'll start wetting this out. It's a little cooler out here in the shop now, so epoxy wants to take its own sweet time. We don't need to do any of this in here, just need to get up close and let capillary get over here. Action. Take care of these areas. Just take your time and do it gently. These putty knives are the best thing in the world for removing epoxy around. I'll get the rollovers as soon as I get the top done. As you can see, it doesn't take much epoxy to wet out this glass, and I think by the weight of it, it feels kind of like it might be 6 ounce, but it could be only 4. But it has more resistance to it, so I'm more inclined to believe it's 6 ounce. You also want to make certain that you've sanded off the edge of your tool. There's no epoxy chunks. Little snag on the cloth. We'll come back when I'm doing the sides. You've seen enough of this flat stuff. I'll wet out this this edge in here. Preliminary run is just to tack it down. And pull off all the loose hairs and keep it out of the cup. Elbow in the way. And just kind of get it tacked down all the way across and let it soak in for a bit. Keep the runs to a minimum. That's where we put the tape on here. So anything that runs down will get stopped. If I was really worried about drips, I would have put newspaper underneath. I'll let that go ahead and soak in. Well, it's all wet out all along the edge there, on the top, and then on the bow side. And then I got my little transition point there. And then all the way across. The next thing will be the fillets that'll go along the top of the glass against the side of the hull. I'll fillet that in. That'll cover up the rough edge of the plywood, and it'll sneak it down along the edges too on the fillets, and cover up those edges there too. So we'll come back when I'm cutting this apart.